Bitcoin continues to have issues. It will never be a currency that will be transacted, at least in my opinion, next. And yes, again, Ethereum continues to get caught. Ethereum Foundation, Vitalik, Joseph Lubin, and all the cronies continue to get exposed for all the corruption that they have done and trying to be in bed and be the best friends at the SEC. All next on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone. My name is Troy, and every day, Monday through Friday, we go over the latest news in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and NFTs. But today, action-packed. Guys, we are finding out like crazy what is happening out there, the scams and the non-scams. What side, the blue team in Washington, D.C. or the red team? What are we all fighting about, right? Because we are finding out there's leaked information, all kinds of great articles today. But let's jump right into it. Bitcoin average transaction fee, got to continue to show this. It's still at $3.76. My Lord, can you pick? You could pick anything but Ethereum and Bitcoin, and you're bound to find pennies for transactions. Can you imagine you going in and just everything you buy has a $3.70 transaction fee? You would not put up with that. You would absolutely leave. You'd leave. Like people are leaving the state of California. That's exactly that's happening with Bitcoin. We're just not seeing everyone that excited about it, even though Bitcoin maxis think this is so bullish. Yeah, next. Watchdog sues SEC over FOIA access to docs, potential crypto conflict of interest. Guys, this is a blockbuster. So the Freedom of Information Act, that means that US citizens can go out and ask the government for documents that went on behind the scenes that were not published by the media. We can get them as long as it's not being tried or there's nothing that's going around it. Well, let's go over this. Watchdog Group Empowerment, Oversight, Whistleblowers, and Research has filed suit against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to force the agency to comply with the Freedom of Information Act, requests for access of communication between SEC officials and former and future employers. Guys, this is really turning into a nightmare for the SEC. So about a year ago, you look at Empower Oversight came out and said, hey, there's a lot of documents that are out there. Now, they did get some documents back from the SEC about the Bill Hemmen email, the speeches, his emails. They're all blacked out. Of course they're blacked out, but they got thousands of other pages that showed corruption within the SEC. Now, once they got those documents, they wanted to get one step further. What did JP Morgan talk to the SEC about? Because we know they were meeting with them. And what do they talk about Ripple? Because that's the whole ETHgate theory out there, is that we had Eth Foundation, Joseph Lubin, Vitalik Buterin, Andreessen Horowitz, AZ3, we had all, and a bunch more of the ETH cronies. They all kept meeting with Bill Hemmen and Jay Clayton. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make sense why they would all meet with them and then turn around, and next you know, XRP or Ripple is now being sued. And that's what they're looking for. They want the documents. Empowerment Oversight has asked for these documents over and over, and within a certain amount of time, the SEC continues to ignore them, and now they're suing the SEC, which they had to sue the SEC before to get more documents from them. This just shows the corruption going on at the SEC. It actually goes on through the entire government. But we continue to see this in light of the ETHgate scandal that's been going on, and that continues to show that Ethereum is a scam. It is a complete scam. What is the transaction fees that are going on there? Last time I looked, $15, $16, $17 to transact on Ethereum. No wonder why projects are leaving Ethereum. There's a bunch of layer 2s that are on there, but why be a layer 2? You know, I know the EVM is very, very important to a lot of people, but like another company, Casper Labs, they're off the EVM. They don't want nothing to do with it. They have their own virtual network. So with that being said, what a nightmare that turned into. But what else has Ethereum done to really help out everyone out there? Have they really done anything world-changing? They've done nothing world-changing. What they have done is they've turned a lot of people off from crypto. Why? Because they are the dumpers. They have dumped on retail over and over and over. Let's go take a look at this. Ethereum Foundation just sold 30 million Ether, but will Ether price fall this time? It says Ether Foundation previously big sell of Ether preceded a bear market, but there's little evidence that such sales affect the general market trend. That is bullshit. Full on bullshit, okay? This is why when you start looking at articles from Cointelegraph that they are so pro Ethereum. Now, how am I gonna back this up? Well, let's look what at DAI, Digital Asset Investor, what he put out. This was a tweet that was earlier. It says the Eth Foundation is very corrupt. Been saying that, right? It says not only are they in bed with the SEC, but they have deep ties with crypto cartel rigging the markets. No question about it. Let's go look at this. It's not a coincidence that they dumped most of their holdings on the exact days the market topped. Oh my gosh, right here, November 23rd, 2021, the Ethereum Foundation sold 40,000 ETH and Vitalik had sold within the 30 days of this as well. At the very top of ETH, closing in on 5,000, markets going straight in, boom. What happens? Immediately, Ethereum is gonna blow the market up. Look at Vitalik sold 70,000 ETH. The Ethereum Foundation and Joseph Lubin, the most corrupt organization. They are not in the United States because they were scared that they were gonna get sued by the SEC as being a security. Now, this company that's outside, this foundation that's outside the United States, has got carte blanche rights to meet with the SEC commissioner and the head of finance. Are you kidding me? Companies that are outside the United States that are not going public. They're not going public, people. How are they able to do this? The corruption at the SEC and over there, the absolute dumpster fire on retail that Ethereum continues to do. You should be all upset about this because they turned more people off of crypto, the Bitcoin maxis that dumped on retail, and now we're seeing it becoming very, very clear. Ethereum did exactly the same thing. This is about greed, not about growing the crypto asset market. This is about only money. All right, so let's jump over here. This is a Forbes article that just actually came out May 14th, so a few days ago. It says leak reveals Democrat plan for a game-changing U.S. crypto crackdown that could hit the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I reported this last week. Eleanor Tourette came out, and on the day that the Financial Committee was meeting on crypto assets, she had received at the end of that day a leaked document from somebody, from a source, that the Democrat Party, the blue team, okay, was out there trying to FUD crypto and telling all of its constituents or all of its party members that we need to back a anti-crypto narrative. Just like Elizabeth Warren says she's the head of the anti-crypto army. Are you kidding me? It is the future. It's almost as if innovation is being stalled because they want, especially Elizabeth Warren, and Gary Gensler, all their buddies on Wall Street, they want to do what's worse, the worst possible thing to crypto, so their buddies can come in, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Vanguard, BlackRock, can come in and scoop up as much as this newest technology and keep it away from retail so they can be the kings of the next 100 years or until a new technology is then formed. This is exactly what we're seeing, okay? Exactly. This is ridiculous. This is why we know that crypto is going to be here. The blockchain is going to be here for a long time. All right, and let's jump into the last here. Anthony Welfare. He tweeted this out. He is a member of Ripple, and this is crazy. This happened on the 13th, which is last Friday. It says, according to a new report from Juniper Research, the global value of central digital currencies, CBDCs, will grow dramatically from 100 million today to 213 billion in 2030. I think that number is extremely low, personally. And look at the Digital Pound Foundation. What is their front page cover on this article? It's Ripple. Why? There's no question that Ripple is leading all these companies and countries all the way through the journey on how to get private ledgers in which they can go and transact there, and then they can have gates to open up and then go on a public ledger and then trade currencies. Doesn't matter, any value to any value. It doesn't matter from one currency to the next currency. This is such bullish news. There is no other company that's even competing here in this space. Stellar is not competing here whatsoever. There might be people talk about Stellar. I only see USDC on running through Stellar. I don't see XLM at all running through Stellar. But with Ripple, transactions over the border is definitely being run with XRP. We're seeing about $1 billion a month today, $1 billion of cross-border payments just on ODL, on-demand liquidity, using XRP. They said it's 60% of their business, so there's about $2 billion worth of XRP being run across XRPL, the XRP ledger, on a monthly basis. That continues to grow. We're going to keep watching this. This is a great story that's happening. I'm not a big CBDC fan, but as long as we can keep it for the good, meaning that we do have some security as private citizens, and that the government's not going to connect all the dots and then run our lives through this, because this is the way you run lives. This is the way you do things, right? You destroy our banking system, come up with the CBDC, and then tell us how to run our lives and see it. Well, producer Emi's not on today, and she's a little jealous, so she's giving me the thumbs up. You guys like this. If you think this is good information, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.